Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. It is Monday. We have started the week, and ladies were asking me, Kaka, why are you not wishing us a happy Mother's Day? So, if you don't have children, why should I wish you happy Mother's Day? By the way, but anyway, happy Mother's Day to responsible mothers who follow this channel, and we wish you all the best. May God add you more years in life. Back to politics. Kaka, my early analysis on the increase of petrol in Kenya has vindicated my sentiments. And, I told you by the end of 2024, actually 2025, petrol will be retailing at about 300 shillings per liter. And that is coming to pass. Just wait. It is coming to pass. Now, the EPRA, Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, has released a shocker to Kenyans. Petrol is a unifying factor. In mathematics, it's called a constant. When petrol goes up, everything automatically goes up. Because the sugar you buy in the village, the salt you buy in the village, the fertilizer you buy in the village is transported using petrol. So when petrol goes up, automatically transport goes up. That means commodities automatically rise. I want to read a press statement from the EPRA, and thereabout I will make my few comments on the Kenya Kwanza government. Press release: maximum retail petroleum prices in Kenya for the period of 15th May 2023 to 14th June 2020. What makes me happy, Kaka? When petroleum goes up, it doesn't know who voted for UDA and who voted for Azimio. Mafuta ikipanda, inapanda kwa wote. Haijalishi ulipigia kura UDA ama ulipigia kura Kenya Kwanza ama Azimio. Haijalishi. Ukienda kwa petrol station, hauwezi ulizwa, ndugu, ulipigia Kenya Kwanza ama Azimio, ndio wanakuwekea mafuta. So kama wewe ni mtu wa Azimio, kama wewe ni mtu wa Kenya Kwanza, kama mafuta imefika 200 shillings, we all of us buy mafuta at 200 shillings. So hata kama wewe uko na shares kwa Kenya Kwanza government, vile Rigiji anasema, no, Rigiji says the only beneficiaries in this country are those people with the shares in government. So hata kama uko na shares, billions of shares in Kenya Kwanza government, mafuta tunaweka lita moja using the same price. Now, this is what EPRA is saying. In accordance with Section 101Y of the Petroleum Act 2019 and Legal Notice number 192 of 2022, the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA, has calculated the maximum retail prices of petroleum products, which will be in force from 15th May, that is today. Today's on 15 May 2023 to 14 June 2023. So in about 1 month, Kenyans, unajua mafuta in town, when petrol is retailing at about 170 or 180 shillings, in the villages, it retails at about 250 shillings. I remember in Kisii town, there is a time we were fueling at 183 shillings, and I went to Kenyanya. In the interior parts of, I think that is Bomachoge or where, yes, we were fueling at 260 shillings. Why? The cost of transportation goes high. So if fuel increases, if you're buying 1 liter of petrol in town at about 170 shillings, expect a Boda Rider in the interior parts of the villages huko ndani anunue mafuta at about 260 shillings or 250 shillings, right? Now, these are the new adjustments effective today, and they will be in force in the next 1 month. So expect transport ya magari kupanda, transport to Nairobi itapanda, transport to Mombasa, transport ya pikipiki itapanda. The place I used to board a bike using 30 shillings, today they charge me at 50 shillings. You can imagine. Now, taking into account the weighted average cost of imported refined petroleum, the changes in the maximum allowed petroleum pump prices in Nairobi are as follows. Super petrol, diesel, and kerosene increase by 3 shillings and 40 cents per liter. Unajua 3 shillings is a lot of cash kwa mafuta. If you are fueling 10 liters in a day, that is about over 30 shillings. And if you are using 100 liters in a day, you can imagine how much is that. And for those selling petroleum, if you sell 10,000 liters in a day, you can calculate and know how much is that. And Kenya shillings, 6 shillings and 40 cents per liter. No, let me repeat. Taking into account the weighted average cost of imported refined petroleum products, the changes in the maximum allowed petroleum pump prices in Nairobi are as follows. 1. Super petrol, diesel, and kerosene increase by 3 shillings and 40 cents per liter. Kenya shillings, 6 shillings and 40 cents per liter, and Kenya shillings, 15 shillings and 19 cents per liter, respectively. The subsidy on diesel and kerosene has been removed. Haya. So, wamama pale vijijini wenye wanatumia kerosene for lighting, mutalia sana. Na nyinyi ndio mlisema hatupangwingwi, mukaimba, mukasema si uchawi ni maombi. Maombi ndio hayo sasa. Mafuta ya taa imepanda. So kama wewe ni mtu wa kutumia ile taa, inaitwa kwa Kiswahili koroboi. Ama inaitwaje? Kale kataa kadogo kama bati alafu unaweka kakitambi. So mafuta imepanda. The prices are inclusive of the 80% value added tax, VAT, in line with the provisions of the Finance Act 2018, the Tax Laws Amendment Act 2020, and the revised rates for exercise duty adjusted for inflation as per Lego Notice number 194 of 2020. The average landed cost of imported super petrol increased by 8.63% from $665 per cubic meter in March 2023. So, in March alone, mwezi wa tatu ambao umepita, super petrol increased from $665 per cubic meter to $724 per cubic meter in April 2023, just last month. Diesel decreased by 2.51% from $705 per cubic meter to $688 per cubic meter, while kerosene decreased by 1.13% from $707 per cubic meter to $699 per cubic meter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I remember during the campaigns when William Ruto was asked, I think it was during the presidential debate when Raila Odinga boycotted. And by then, Yvonne Okwara, I think by then she was in KTN, asked William Ruto a question and said, I was KTN or Citizen. Yes, Yvonne Okwara. And she asked William Ruto, and William Ruto responded and said, there are about 16 taxes on petrol alone. Yvonne Okwara again posed a question. Can you tell us which are these? Alafu, Zakayo alitafuna mdomo sana. Akasema, I can't exactly tell which ones. So how do you tell us there are 16 types or 16 categories of VAT on petrol, but you fail to name them and purport to understand how government is being run? So, I saw when they adjusted fuel prices by 1 shillings. In fact, it was not about 1 shilling, it was about some cents. Senator Cherargei poured himself on internet celebrating how decreasing petrol by 1 shillings is strides that Kenya Kwanza government is making towards curing hustlers. Now it has increased by 3 shillings. Sijui mtasema nini sasa? I don't know what you will say. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be messy going forward. And these adjustments are coming before the implementation of the new proposed tax rates. By the time I have seen the UDA members of parliament saying, by all means humanly possible, they are going to pass the new finance bill. They have said so. I saw Silvana Sosoro agreeing to it. I saw Kimani Chungwa agreeing to it. I saw Ndindi Nyoro agreeing to it. I saw Cherargei, the senator, agreeing to it and said, when it will land in parliament, they will pass it early in the morning without a second thought. Ladies and gentlemen, expect that. Sijui kama vijana mtaenda kujenga. I was in South Mugrango. South Mugrango ni constituency ya Silvana Sosoro, the majority whip. Nilikuwa najenga nyumba ya one of the needy cases in Kiawara, South Mugrango. You can't imagine, one sheet of Dumusas was retailing at 1,100 shillings. Moja. So if the finance bill is going to be passed, how much are young people going to buy 1 sheet of iron? How much? It will go up to 1,500. And there are no jobs. You saw on Taifa Leo, wakasema maelfu ya watu wanaenda kufutwa kazi. There are no jobs. The Kenya Kwanza promised thousands of jobs to young people. How many have you seen? Young people are struggling. Watu wameanza wizi. Kwa nini? Hakuna kazi. We have graduates without work. And to make matters worse, the president has proposed tax on digital content creators. There is a research that was done last year, and it emerged all research papers done by the Americans are written by Kenyan students. Wanaandika, wanalipo online. So if you are imposing 15% tax on digital content creators, William Ruto, I'm asking you this morning, are you killing jobs or you're building jobs? As we speak right now, a number of retired police officers, some of them have died out of high blood pressure because they haven't received their accumulated retirement benefits. I was chatting to a friend of mine, a retired prisons police officer, and he was telling me, Kaka, my arrears have accumulated to about 3 million shillings. I spoke to his wife, and his wife was telling me, Kaka, huyu mzee mimi naona akikufa. Kwa nini? Amekosa usingizi akifikiria pesa yake 3 million. Hata kula hali. Watu wanaumia hapa nje. The Kenya Kwanza government can proudly sponsor a homecoming ceremony in Kajiado, but they cannot pay arrest to retired prison officers. It's really traumatizing. Wrong priorities. It's like a man who has prioritized luxury when the wife and the children are dying at home of hunger. You cannot be classified as a competent husband. That is who William Ruto exactly is. He values extravagancy. He can have the audacity and all the authority to go to the UK to attend a coronation of a dynasty using taxpayers' cash, but he cannot pay retired officers. It's really sad. But then, Kaka, I have no sympathy to people who decided to vote for this government. Because mlisema, sio uchawi ni maombi. And I want to recall Uhuru Kenyatta's sentiments. Uhuru Kenyatta said, and I remember very well, he was dressed in a black coat and he stood on a sunroof at about 12 noon and said, mutalia. Chini ya miaka mitatu, mutalia sana. Na hayo machozi nimeanza kuyaona. But then, I could wish, ongaza mafuta hata ifike 500 per liter. That's my proposal. Weka mafuta ikue 500 per liter. Hata 1000 ni sawa. Tunataka Wakenya wasome lesson. Mukiambiwa, sikieni. You know, when Ruto was campaigning, people were thinking it's Angel Gabriel who was dropped from heaven. The kind of things he was speaking, how he will transform this nation, ladies and gentlemen. And I thank God Ruto became the president at this time. Ruto kama hangekuwa rais, we could be thinking is an angel who could have transformed this country. But thank God, he stole an election and became the president. So we've learned a lesson and we know. Najua, hata mwanaume anayejichocha sana kwa msichana hawezangi kazi. And you know that very well. But anyway, God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video. Mungu akubariki sana. Asanteni sana.